Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabby. I'm here with Murphy. This is his first week with us here at Paw Forward Dog Training. Now, one thing with Murphy is he is a typical lab. Sit. And he gets very excited, as you can see. He tends to bite at the leash and try to jump up. Okay, so we're going to show you throughout this session, as well as working on recall, also how to deal with some of those behaviors when he does get a little bit overly excited. So right there, Murphy, sit. Right there, you saw him get excited. You saw him try to jump up and try to bite at the leash. So when he went to bite at that leash, I am in an area where I am able to drop that leash. So I drop that leash. I'm not turning it into a game. Right? So if I keep hold of that leash, it turns into a game of tug of war. We don't want that. We don't want it to turn into a game. I'm not going to get super upset at him. I'm going to tell him no, and I'm going to drop that leash. If I am unable to drop that leash, what we can do is we can step on that leash so he's not able to practice that jumping up, right? Very important that he's not practicing these negative behaviors. So right now he's sniffing around this room. He hasn't been in this back room yet. So I'm going to bring him back to me. Good boy. And we're just going to work a little bit in the beginning here on attention. So before you start any session, very important that you're working on attention. Yes. Making sure he is focused on you. Yes. That he is checking in. So all I'm doing right now is marking. So right there, he went to jump up. I'm stepping on that leash so he's not able to continue to practice that behavior. Sit. I'm going to ask him for a different behavior. We never want to reinforce that jumping, right? So if he does go to jump up, we're not giving any reinforcement. We're asking for a different behavior, maybe a couple different behaviors, and then we'll give him reinforcement for that. Sit. Good boy. Yes. So right now, yes. Just marking and reinforcing when he gives me eye contacts. Yes. And checks in with me. So this is a great thing to work on before you work on any session with him. It's going to get him engaged. It's going to get him focused on you. Another thing I want to mention with him specifically, because he is such an excitable dog, is making sure that we're staying calm throughout the sessions. So if you start to get worked up, he's going to start to get worked up. Sit. If you start to get frustrated during any session that you're working with him on, I want you to put him away for a little bit, give him a little bit of a break, a rest, and then get him back out after, okay? It's not going to be beneficial if we're working with him when you're frustrated or when he's frustrated, okay? So we want to make sure in all of these sessions that we do that we are getting the most amount of success possible. So when we're starting with sessions, we're going to start with things that are a little bit easier and then start to gradually work our way up. So right now, off. So right there, I'm going to step on that leash. Sit. Good boy. Come. I'm going to ask for different behaviors. Sit. And then I'm going to give that reinforcement again. So we're not reinforcing that negative behavior. So starting off, we're going to work a little bit on recall. So we are inside in a small area. I have him on leash, and we're going to show you how to work through this in the beginning. Now, normally I will start with that leash in hand, but since he is jumping up, he is biting at that leash right now. I'm not going to start with that leash in hand, but we are going to start at a short distance, okay? So I'm going to toss the treat. Get it. Try to get a little bit of distance. So I'm going to call his name when his head comes up. Murphy, come. Sit. Yes, good boy. So what I'm doing is when his head comes up, he's not sniffing on the ground. I'm calling his name. When he looks at me, I'm marking with that word yes. And then once he starts making that movement towards me is when I'm going to ask him to come. And it's only going to be that way in the beginning when he's learning, because we want to make sure that that behavior is going to happen, right? As he gets more comfortable with this, as he gets better with this, Then we can start to call his name and ask him to come when he looks at us. But in the beginning, we really want to make sure that behavior happens. If we're asking him to come to us, we want to make sure he's going to do it. If he gets a little bit distracted, we can make a little bit of noise. We don't want to repeat that word over and over again. In all of the training that we do here, you're not going to hear us repetitively saying the same thing over and over and over again. We don't want him to learn to ignore that command. When we ask him to come, we want him to come right back to us. It's very, very important with free call that we are making sure that that happens, okay? So once his head comes up, I'm going to call his name. He's sniffing on the rug. Murphy, come, sit. And when he gets to me, I'm asking for that sit behavior. And the reason for that is because he is such a jumper. Yes, I'm not giving that reinforcement until he's able to do so. Free. Because he's such a jumper, we want to make sure we're going to prevent that from happening. So in recall, sometimes it can be a little bit exciting because they're running back to us. So when he is a couple feet in front of us, we're going to ask for that sit. So by the time he gets to us, it registers in his head what we asked him for. And instead of jumping up, he is going to go into that sit. Good boy. Now, we do have that leash on him. So if he was to get distracted, if making a little bit of noise after you call him and he's distracted doesn't get him to come back to you, what you want to do is you want to pick up that leash. We're not going to yank on that leash. We're not going to pull it really hard. All we're going to do is pick it up and put a little bit of slight pressure to get him to come back to us, okay? Because again, if we're asking him to come, we want to make sure that behavior is going to happen. But he's doing an excellent job. He is a super sweet boy. So if you guys have any questions on this, let us know in the comments below. But we will look forward to working with him. So now we see he's getting a little bit excited. What I'm going to do, I'm going to toss that treat away from me so that he doesn't, when I take my hands up, come and jump up on me. So that's exactly what we want to see. He's a really good boy. You guys have any questions, let us know in the comments below. And we will see you on his next video tomorrow.